Welcome back, guys, to this little mini series we're doing on social media strategies. We said at the first video just some things that we noticed along our journey this past year, things that have been taught to us, the trial and error that we've run through, that we would really love you guys not to have to do if you don't have to. So learn from our mistakes, if you will. But these are going to be short videos with just some information, helpful information for you guys to get going on social media. We know how overwhelming and confusing it can be sometimes. So today's topic is going to be finding your niche and realizing people's pain points. Just gonna jump right into it here. Social media, it can feel like, especially when we're new to this career or this job, and we find something we're really passionate about, we find something we're really excited for, we just want to blast it out to everybody, and we continue to do that, right? Because social media, you can reach millions and millions of people potentially. That's our thought process, right? So I was guilty of this too. Jon, I'll let Jon speak for himself, but when I first started with this company, I wanted anyone and everyone to know about it. So I just blasted it out very blanketly. Hey, this is what I'm doing. Here are the products I'm taking. Here's why I love them. And, hoped everyone would see it. Now, that's not necessarily a bad way to get started, right? Because you're wanting to introduce people to what the product is you have to offer. For Jon and I, it's a gut health. And I'm sure for a lot of you, it's the same. You want to get that interest. You want to get people asking questions, but that's not sustainable. You cannot just keep blasting it out on social media to everyone and expect everyone to pick up what you're putting down. What we have come to find and what studies have found is that you actually have to find a niche, a very specific group of people for you to talk to. And with 7 billion people on this planet, odds are your niche is probably pretty huge. So what is your niche? Your niche is people who are basically just like you. They have the same interests, maybe the same hobbies. They're a stay-at-home mom. They're a dad who's working to provide for his family. For Jon, they're teachers, right? They're PE teachers. They're runners. For myself, it was, hey, I have a firefighter community. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. Niche it down and find people who are like you, who have the same interests and hobbies. Not only does that help you keep from overwhelming yourself with feeling like you have to try to get out to the masses and talk to everybody, but these people, when you do enter their conversations, when you do reach out to them, you're already going to have something in common. It makes that conversation just that much less stressful, all right? It makes that conversation just flow a little bit more better because you guys already have something in common to talk about. And that topic could really help break the ice for you to therefore then bring up the services that you're offering, the product you're offering. And you also know how to reach their pain points because, like I said, they're like you in that way, right? So what is a pain point? Pain point is basically the driving force that they need to make the change or to use the services or that you are providing. For me in the firefighter community, a lot of people struggle with sleep problems. This career is great, but it destroys your sleep. You don't get any good sleep, very hit and miss, and then you come home and it's the same thing. You're tossing and turning, you don't sleep well. It's horrible, right? So a pain point for a lot of my clients is it's not just the sleep, it's what the sleep can do for them, right? So it's not just the surface, it's pain points underneath. Been talking with a buddy of mine. Hey, you haven't been sleeping well. Hey, me neither. I used to not sleep well at all. I didn't sleep for 15 years. Right? I like saying that because I've been in the job for 15 years. It screwed up my sleep for 15 years. Not only can what I have be a solution to help your sleep, but here's where we get into the pain point. You got to dig deeper. You got to ask. That's why asking questions is so important. If we can help fix your sleep and you start sleeping better and you start waking up more rested, more energized, more focused, more ready to take on the day, how is that going to affect your ability to show up for your family? How is that going to affect your ability to show up at work? How is that going to affect your ability to get stuff done around the house, to play with your kids? That's the pain point we are trying to get to. It's not shaming or guilting them into, our services or our solutions. It's simply finding that drive. And when you can help them paint that vision and paint that picture of their pain point and how what you have can help remove that pain point and allow them to come in to a more healthier, happier version of themselves, it's a lot easier for them to get behind what you're doing and to make that purchase with you and to stick with you and to trust you that you know what you're doing and that what you have to offer is actually going to work. So that's some quick little tidbits on niching down, find people in your hobbies, in your interests. Don't feel like you have to talk to all 7 billion people in the world. I promise you, your niche has millions and millions of people for you to pull from. Number two, find their pain point. Just saying, hey, I can help you with sleep might work for some people, but we're here to build relationships, right? We're here to actually have communications, to empathize with people. Not only is it, hey, I'm here to help you fix your sleep, I'm here to help you fix your sleep so you can have a better quality of life for your family and show up more for them and play with them at the park instead of taking a nap and be able to take your wife on a date without having to go to bed so early. I'm helping you for a whole bunch of reasons, right? So that's my little tidbit. I'm going to turn it over to Jon, and he's going to piggyback off that and talk about some common issues.
Absolutely, Ian, and that was really good because you're ultimately building relationships with the other person. You are talking about pain points that you have seen results with, and that you really want to help them because you know what it's done not only for you just to get better sleep, but what it's done for you as a husband, as a father. I mean, that's really what it's about. It's getting to that deep level stuff, building those connections. So when you guys are posting or messaging, it's really important for us in this business to know about the business and the products, right? It's good to know what these things actually help with, right? Because that allows us to then talk about people's pain points. It helps us to get to those issues. If for somebody to be like, oh, I got high blood pressure. Okay, that's tied to your gut. Hey, I am struggling with my diabetes. Okay, that's tied to your gut. Let's see. Oh man, I've been really stressed out lately and my anxiety is off the chart. It's tied to your gut. You guys get where I'm going with this. Like, it's all tied to your gut, but we need to know that if we're going to be able to talk to people about these things. Then, like in our posting, when we're talking about the products, it's like we should always be relating them back to different pain points and also different things that are related to the gut that people struggle with, right? Because the more that we can do that, the more they're going to resonate with them. And they're like, oh man, I struggle with IBS. Oh, I didn't know that it was connected to the gut. I mean, obviously, by that one you might. But for other ones like, stress and anxiety, you're like, okay, maybe not. IBS was a bad example, but that's okay. Either way, Ian almost spit out his water. That was great. But seriously, like when you're posting, don't just be like, oh yeah, here's our active. It's really good just for energy. Okay, but what's that energy going to do? And also, how's it tied back to the gut? Like, that kind of a thing. Or, oh, hey, look at this triplex. It's helped my friend manage their diabetes better. Well, how come? Well, it's because it's connected to the gut and XYZ. Like, the more we can show them and tell them without getting, way too wordy. We don't want to send them paragraphs of information because truthfully, they're probably not going to read it. But if we can make what we're talking about hit a pain point and connect it back to what we're doing, which is gut health and common problems with our gut, that stuff is going to resonate. That stuff is going to hit home with people. And, that's what we need to be doing. So, Ian, I don't know if you got more to that or not. Like, that's pretty quick, but basically I just want to encourage you all, like when you are posting and all those kind of things, like know what the common gut health problems are. That's like doing your homework about the business, right? If you're going to have a good business, you're going to know things about your products. You're going to know the things that they can help with. I mean, I'm still asking questions every day when someone's asking me about a certain condition, but you guys got to do that work if you want to be successful in it.
If y'all didn't know, IBS starts in your gut.
I would say something, but it may not be appropriate.
That was good. I like it. No, you nailed it, man. That's gonna be that. We're gonna end it on that high note. That was awesome. So many issues starting to get. IBS is definitely one.
They all do.
Yeah, they really do. But so that's it, guys. As always, if we want to keep it short and sweet and to the point. If you got any more questions or want us to go any more in depth about anything or need help with anything, just leave a comment below or message the page directly. We would love to help you out and help you be more successful in this area. So that's it for the second part in this short series, and we'll talk to y'all later.